thus far this season. But already, they've won more matches this year than all of last. In 1991, the Rainbows could only win 7 of 24. But currently, they are much improved, owning an 8-7 record. A bright star on the squad has been 6'6" junior Mark Prescio. Prescio has been averaging over 5.5 kills a game, and he's led the team in kills in 11 of those 15 matches. Today, Alan Rosehill and his Rainbow men hope to add another W in the win column with an afternoon confrontation against the Anteaters of UC Irvine. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Leahy along with Peter Balding. Welcome to our coverage of WEVA Volleyball. Today, the University of Hawaii Rainbows ranked 9th in the country against UC Irvine, ranked 16th. And we're playing in Clum Gym, and we're playing in the afternoon, so the air conditioning is way up on sauna, Peter. But this could be a very close match.
It could be, Jim, and it's highly dependent upon whether the Rainbows can come off of last week's close loss to Pepperdine and play on an even keel out here and not let that loss affect them.
Rainbows, of course, on their home floor, almost invincible in the years past. The Bows have had trouble last year winning here, and this year they want to peak at the right time to get into the WEVA tournament. Irvine also has hopes.
Yes, they do, and a lot of their hopes depend on their big outside hitter, Leland Quinn, to see if he has a good game tonight. It also, Hawaii needs to have a good match out of Mark Prescio, so we'll look for that matchup tonight with those two players.
So when we come back, we'll introduce you to the players, the starting lineups. Irvine against the University of Hawaii Rainbows in hot, steamy Clum Gym. Stay with us.
This obnoxious woman at work keeps telling me, you get what you pay for. She wears custom-fitted eyelashes because they look so natural. She goes to Vegas because it's better than Tahoe. And she drives a Ford Explorer because it's the latest thing. Finally, I told her that not only did my Jeep Cherokee cost less than her Explorer, but it also happened to be the real thing, unlike her nose.
Jeep. This is Pauley Pavilion. If you listen closely, you can hear the echoes of some of the greatest UCLA teams in collegiate basketball history. The Bruins, coached by John Wooden, captured 10 NCAA titles in 12 years. Here's your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to share in that history with this limited edition UCLA Legends lithograph. Each one personally autographed, including John Wooden, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and myself. Call 1-800-756-0075 to order this stunning exhibition of sports history. The UCLA Legends Lithograph is a collector's dream. If you order today, you'll receive this free gift, UCLA Bruins, the movie, a historical review of UCLA athletics, past and present.
Order yours for $395 plus $9.95 shipping and handling plus California sales tax. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express accepted. Call 1-800-756-0075.
How many people can you meet with a new Orange County Connection phone service in the register? How many people are there in Orange County anyway? The Orange County Connection, where people meet people a lot like you. It's fun, and it starts with a free ad. After that, well, isn't it worth $1.49 a minute to find the person of your dreams? The Orange County Connection. Complete details in today's Orange County Register or call 714-479-0900. We're on Orange County side.
Let's take a look now at the budget rent-a-car keys to this game. First for UC Irvine.
Irvine needs to come out and have a lot of production from their big three, Leland Quinn, Chad Milling, and Eric Davis, in order to be successful, Jim. They also need to be able to battle the heat of Clum. The longer this game goes, it's a disadvantage to them. They also need to serve tough to take Hawaii out of their potented, fast offense, and in that way they can be more successful.
And for the Rainbows,
they need to obviously neutralize the big three and not let them have a big production game. They need to be able to rebound, like we talked about in the pregame, from last week's close loss. And more importantly, Jim, they need to pass well. Brad Stewart and Masui Allen need to pass the ball well in order for Albert Hanneman to be able to run the offense effectively.
Time to meet the players now. Let's go to public address announcer Rick Agan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's matchup featuring the UC Irvine Anteaters and the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. And now to introduce tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting Anteaters, a 6'4" junior from Laguna Hills, California, number 6, Chad Jones. A 6'8" sophomore from Huntington Beach, California, number 7, Leland Quinn. A 6'4" freshman from Mission Viejo, California, number 12, Greg Amaya. A 6'7" sophomore from Poway, California, number 14, Chad Milling. A 6'3" freshman from Dana Point, California, number 15, Jason Hinchman. And a 6'5" senior from Altadena, California, number 10, team captain James Felton. And now to introduce the starters for the Rainbow Warriors. A 6-foot sophomore from Kaneohe, Hawaii, number 2, Masui Allen. A 6'6" junior from Huntington Beach, California, number 5, Mark Preschel. A 6'3" junior from Torrance, California, number 7, Albert Hanneman. A 6'3" junior from Makakilo, Hawaii, number 8, Larson Viliamu. A 6'5" junior from Sydney, Australia, number 15, Craig Vale. And a 6'2" junior from Honolulu, Hawaii, number 10, team captain Brad Stewart. Head coach for the Anteaters, Bill Ashen, and the head coach for the Rainbows, Alan Rosehill.
And we'll be back with the first serve right after this.
If you're buying or selling your home, watch Real Estate 48 on Channel 48. You'll tour everything from condominiums to multi-million-dollar estates. You'll meet the top professional realtors of our community and have the first opportunities at the best values Orange County has to offer. If you're throwing away your money by paying rent, wanting to upscale or need to downsize, with the single-digit interest rates, now's the time to buy. And now's the time to watch Real Estate 48 on Channel 48, Thursday nights at 7:30.
An innocent discovery.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
A powerful weapon.
I want that rocket.
A deadly conspiracy.
They're working for a Nazi agent.
An exciting adventure is coming to your home.
Jenny's in trouble.
We've got the girl.
Here he comes! The rocket will come to us. We're only gonna get one pass again.
The Rocketeer on Viewer's Choice. Blasting into your home sooner than you thought possible. The Rocketeer on Viewer's Choice.
Make the escape.
Now you could take advantage of the perfect paradise vacation getaway.
Imagine staying in a private home right in the Palm Springs area with everything you need to make a great vacation, including plenty of golf, tennis, swimming, racquetball, a complete spa and fitness center at your fingertips, and a child care center for your little ones, as well as fine dining. Call 1-800-869-1130 for more information about Palm Valley Country Club's vacation packages.
There's nothing quite like it under the sun.
Team comparisons for UC Irvine and the University of Hawaii. Hawaii 4-3 in the Harry Wilson division of the Western Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. UC Irvine 1-8 in the Bert DeGroot division. The Rainbows have in their kills 354 to 241, but way down at the bottom, the Rainbows have allowed more kills than UC Irvine. And the blocks per game, UC Irvine just a slight advantage. The digs, the Rainbows with a big advantage, and there you see the aces very, very close. Kills per game, the Rainbows also with the advantage there.
Yeah, you notice, Jim, that in this stat here that the kill percentage that the Anteaters are not quite as effective as they could be in this league. And that's why I think that the Bows are going to have a little bit more production successfully here today.
The officials for this game, Ralph Smith and Randy Shaw. Smith up on the pedestal and Randy Shaw down on the floor. So Jason Hinchman, a freshman from Dana Point, California, will lead it off. And right away, number 15, Greg Vail from Sydney, Australia, gets the side back for the Rainbows. So Brad Stewart will now serve. First game, and we are just underway. Sauna-like conditions here at Clum. Very small windows. So the humidity up around 100%. There's Quinn going cross court.
Already you can see that they've gone to Quinn when they got in trouble, and he produced for them. Also, Masui Allen came out and started the game with a great pass, something that the Bows need to do consistently throughout this match.
One of the improvements this year for the Rainbows is their passing. They've always been known as a good digging team, as well as Irvine. Now serving for Irvine, Greg Amaya from Mission Viejo, California. Brescio shotguns it for the side outs.
Already we've seen both teams have kind of showed their hands. Hawaii going right to Brescio and Irvine going right to Quinn.
Vail serving for Hawaii. Bad pass, and that shot is long by James Felton. So the first point of the first game goes to the Rainbows, and Vail again serving as he cozies up to the serve line. They go cross court. Felton hitting that ball off of Hanneman.
Here you can see that Felton is isolated one-on-one, and he basically has his choice to do with the set what he wants, and is successful.
Hanneman setting. Cross court, Viliamu. Side out Rainbows. Brescio will now serve for the Rainbows. Brescio will serve from deep into the recesses of Clum Gym. Hinchman back set for Quinn. That is long. That's a point for the Rainbows. 2-0 here in game one. Brescio will serve again.
By stepping way back, Jim, he's able to take advantage of some of the air currents in the gym here.
There are air currents, believe it or not. Playing it off the net is Hanneman. Setting deep is Jones. Back set Hinchman. Quinn again. Blocked by Allen. And that's a point for the Rainbows. 3-0. Fine block by Matsui Allen.
Great one-on-one block here by Masui Allen, taking the cross court and blocking the big man, Quinn.
Masui Allen from Kaneohe. Another point for the Rainbows. It is 4-0. So the Bows running away early here in game one. Brescio continues to serve as he is building on the string. Another knuckler. Short set by Hinchman. Brescio, that's blocked, but long. Felton and Milling got up that time, but the ball ricocheted off their hands and outs. 5-0 Rainbows, and timeout has been called by Coach Bill Asham of UC Irvine. We'll take this break.
Yeah, I can tell just by looking at you, you could use some fun, right? Big fun. Las Vegas, Atlantic City, the Caribbean, cruise ships. But you got to take this along, the Players Club card. It's going to save you a lot of money.
Well, that particular weekend, we saved $120 on the room.
Fabulous rooms in first-class resort hotels. Use the card and take 25% off every day, any day. Am I right?
It's not just the savings, it's the convenience. It's picking up that telephone and calling up and getting room reservations without even going through any hassle.
And you like to eat, right? Well, take your Players Club card.
And they just automatically take 25% off of the meal.
And no hassle, saving even more money. Airfare, or up to half off on shows and entertainment. So why are they so good to you?
There's something about Players Club members that just stands out. They come to places like the Las Vegas Hilton and to the Flamingo Hiltons to have a good time. And that spreads to people around them.
25% off meals and drinks, up to 50% off shows and entertainment.
And extra money for you because you save on your room and you save on your airfare.
You can't beat the discount, you can't beat the service.
So call this number and see for yourself. It's a free call, free information, and nobody's going to bug you.
There's zero risk involved.
Call Players Club now. You're too smart to pay full price.
New members get 2 free nights in Las Vegas or Atlantic City when the club books their flights. Call toll-free now, 1-800-248-9100. There's no obligation.
Presho serving 5-0. Hinchman to Felton. And Masui hitting, but the buzzer goes off. And that's a Clum Gym mystery. Maybe a short circuit or something. All of a sudden, the buzzer went off and play stopped.
One thing you notice, Jim, is the Bows are really digging well here today. Pulling a lot of balls up, and they're able to swing for points.
Rookie night.
So Randy Shaw and Ralph Smith smiling with that. All of a sudden, the buzzer goes off, and the players stop. Jump serve by Presho. That ball milling, just getting it over. Hanneman backsetting for Presho, and he almost knocks over Amaya.
Watch here, the Presho finishes this point off after a great defensive play by Brad Stewart down the line.
Good dig by Jones for Irvine. They go to Allen. Jones again with the dig. And Milling and Hinchman get confused on the front line. It is now 7-0 Rainbows in the first game. Presho again, that one is long. So Presho comes in and he's able to build a string of 6 points. And that's amazing in Weeba on this level. So Quinn now will serve. And that is an ace. That's a point for Irvine, and that's the first point. And some confusion in the backcourt for the Rainbows that time.
Yeah, the whole idea behind having 2 guys is to minimize the amount of communication, that you only have 2 guys communicating, and it's rare that you get a miscommunication. There again, the Bows are miscommunicating on a play and not talking.
7 for Hawaii, 2 for UC Irvine. Quinn will serve again. Allen. Quinn to Hinchman, goes cross court. And the block nicely by Viliamo and Hanneman. Off the spike by Felton.
You can see here that the Bows are getting 2 guys up, a nice solid block, and they're able to put it back on the Irvine side.
So Allen will serve. And a bad hit coming up from the backcourt was Jones. So Chad Jones mishitting that ball. A point for the Rainbows. It is 8-2 here in game number 1. Masui Allen serving deep again here at Clum.
Bows are really serving the ball well. Both Presho and Masui Allen moving the ball around and forcing the Irvine passers to have to move and make some critical errors.
Hinchman goes back set for Quinn, as partially hit by Stewart. But that side out for Irvine.
It's
so
clear
Felton will now serve. Masui passing, Hanneman short set. Viliamo blocked at the net nicely. That time, Viliamo slams it to the floor. Irvine played a little too much patty cake that time.
Yeah, they did, Jim. And as you can see, Viliamo finishing off the rally there. Bows are playing really heads up here, making the off plays and getting Hanneman the good passes he needs. And he's being able to isolate his hitters one-on-one in most cases here.
Quinn. Oh, great dig by Presho. Presho really handled that bullet well. Amaya off the net. It hit the net, did not touch the Rainbows. It does touch Peter Balding, however. You handled that well, Peter.
You know, Jim, Irvine is not, they're not concealing their hand here, so to speak. They're going to Hinchman in just about every situation. And, you know, it makes it real easy for the Rainbows when all they have to do is key on one play. Great defensive play there by Masui Allen. Read that play.
But Masui Allen was beyond the end line. That was actually long. And he got tangled up with the ball beyond the end line. That was a mistake by Masui Allen, even though he diagnosed it. And they play tip-off at the net. And that time it was Irvine winning. That front line for Irvine, very formidable at the net right now.
Yeah, they call this a joust. The kids have developed that term, joust, and Hanneman coming up short on that one.
Brad Stewart. Stewart, the veteran. Number 10, Stewart out of University High School. And Honolulu. 9-3, side out Rainbows. Hanneman serving into the net. Side out UC Irvine. So the Anteaters and the Rainbows. Hinchman now serving. Hinchman, the freshman. 3 serving 9. Hanneman short sets. Little push by Prescio. That's saved. Quinn comes back and pounds it over. That's a point for UC Irvine. 9-4. Rainbow's a little too cute that time.
Yeah, the set wasn't quite there. He didn't quite get his feet, and Hinchman able to put the ball up to Quinn, and he's able to put it away.
That time, it was number 15 for the Rainbows, Craig Vale from Sydney, Australia. The Australian hitting the ball down for the side out. 9-4. Brad Stewart serving for Hawaii. Hinchman short sets for Jones, but that's long as Jones pushes it off the court. It is now 10-4. The Rainbow men here in game number 1, and the Rainbow men with a very solid lead. And we will take this break as UC Irvine calls a timeout.
Now you can get every magic moment all on one incredible video. Magic Johnson, always Showtime. It's free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the nation's #1 sports weekly. Call this toll-free number now. Follow the leader up and down the court from high school to college to the pros. Magic keeps winning with a spirit and style that changed the NBA.
And it's 18-footer.
Don't miss the Rookies' first NBA championship. Enjoy all the battles with the legendary Larry Bird as they fight for the last shot.
Magic down the middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12.
Call now to subscribe or renew. Get your free video plus 54 issues of SI, including the swimsuit issue, for only $1.29 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. The magic of Irvin Johnson will always be something special. Treasure it forever. And every week, enjoy all the emotion and drama of sports in Sports Illustrated.
On June 1st, 1992, world leaders from almost every nation on the planet will converge on Rio de Janeiro for the first ever Earth Summit. Held by the United Nations, these leaders will sign treaties that will determine the future of our global environment. At stake is the entire human race. Problem is, our own president may not participate. The only way of assuring that he will attend is for him to know that he has the full support of the American people now.
Call 1-800-LEAD-RIO.
Mauna Loa matchups. You see Irvine, you see Hinchman and Hanneman, the 2 setters, and then Quinn and Prescio, the 2 hammers on both teams. And the other matchups as we come back live. Mauna Loa, all the goodness of Hawaii. 10-4, Rainbows. Hanneman short set. And putting the ball down was Bale. Bale, the Australian. He's been a welcome addition to this club, Peter.
Very welcome, Jim. He had a great match against Pepperdine last week. Really showed that he can bang with the best of them.
Into the game for UC Irvine comes John Charles Liu out of Honolulu and Punahou. Liu has to check in first. Rainbows lead 11-4 here in game 1. Stewart will serve for the Rainbow men. Masui Allen hitting that and off the block. So that's a point for the Rainbow.
Boy, he really had to move his feet quick to get to that one. Hanneman kind of rushed him a little bit, but he just went up and banged away and got the point for the Bows.
Stewart serving short, side out UC Irvine. 4 serving 12. Greg Amaya will serve. Freshman, another freshman out of Mission Viejo, California. So Coach Bill Ashen starting to build with the youngsters. And that's a point net violation by Hanneman.
That pass was just a little too close for him, Jim. He wasn't able to get to it and ended up in the net.
Amaya serving again. There's Stewart. Hanneman short set. That will be returned. Hinchman gets it over. Presho. Boy, when Presho floats into that zone and he puts everything behind it, it's a done deal.
Well, this is a big boy coming in with nobody blocking. Boy, you got to put your helmets on in the back row. Run for cover.
Dale will go out. And Rob Mate, 6'3" senior from Newport Beach, California, went to Orange Coast High School, comes in for the Rainbows of Hawaii. Mate now serving. 12 serving 5. That time Jones off the short set by Hinchman gets the side back for UC Irvine. Milling getting ready to come back into the game. He comes in for John Charles Liu. So that front line now, Milling. In the middle is Felton. And then Quinn. Very formidable front line for UC Irvine.
Those are the big three that we talked about, Jim. This is probably their strongest front line here. And if they're going to score some points and get back in this game, this is the time to do it for them.
5 serving 12. Jones serves. Stewart to Hanneman. Viliamu. Side out Rainbow. Larson Viliamu. Viliamu from Makakilo.
That play was able to start from Brad Stewart, Jim. Both he and Masui are passing the ball well, and Hanneman's able to deliver.
That's long by Milling. And that's a point for the Rainbow men. It's 13-5. The Rainbows have controlled this game. Better passing, better setting, and of course the kills. Presho again serving. Quinn, long point, Rainbows. There you saw the power of Quinn, the big Irishman up with the big swing, but too far. Court was just too small for that ball that time. And it's 14-5. Presho jump serve. Hinchman of Milling able to get it to the floor. Rainbows thought they had the pancake. They did not. Side out UC Irvine.
Boy, what a pass Felton made off of that serve, Jim. What a rocket that serve was. He made a perfect pass out of it.
Jump serve Quinn. Stewart to Hanneman. Cross court Allen. Good save in the backcourt by Jones. Rainbows have an opportunity here. Back set Presho. Today, in every televised men's volleyball match, we'll be playing the Aloha Ball contest. Bonnie Tsuchiya from Kaneohe now eligible for the prize. 14-5. Good save by Presho. Viliamu. And that gets stuck in between the net and Hinchman. So Bonnie Tsuchiya of Kaneohe is our winner. And she wins, or he wins, a $50 gift certificate. B-Ball Hawaii. Rainbows winning the first match 15-5.
Well, I know it's supposed to be a great movie, but I don't have that channel anymore. But maybe you can come over anyway and... Hello? It's gonna be a great fight. I'm there, bud. I thought you had it. Man, me neither.
Unfortunately, some people don't appreciate the great entertainment on Dimension's premium channels.
Hi, Tom. Are you going to be watching the McCartney concert tonight?
Until they don't have them anymore.
Is there any way you can connect me? Now?
An innocent discovery.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
A powerful weapon.
A well-known rocket.
A deadly conspiracy.
They're working for a Nazi agent.
An exciting adventure is coming to your home.
Jenny's in trouble. We've got the girl. Here he comes! The rocket will come to us.
We're only gonna get one pass again.
The Rocketeer on Viewer's Choice. Blasting into your home sooner than you thought possible. The Rocketeer on Viewer's Choice.
He's in alone. Shoot, score!
Is there a hockey fan in your home? Now Champion Sports offers you a piece of the game. Fully licensed and sanctioned by the National Hockey League and the Players Association. These hockey mementos are permanently imprinted with a full-color picture of your favorite player and his stats. Choose your favorite player from any team in the NHL and capture the excitement of the game. Now you can own the player puck of your choice and his team puck. plus an official team pin, all for only $24.95. A perfect gift for the hockey fans in your life. Don't miss this chance to give them a piece of NHL history. Call 1-800-767-9200. Use your Visa, MasterCard, check, or money order. 1-800-767-9200. That's 1-800-767-9200.
Rainbows winning the first game 15-5, and congratulations to Bonnie Sashia. Bonnie from Kaneohe. You've just won a $50 gift certificate from V-Ball Hawaii. Drop by V-Ball Hawaii this Sunday, March 8th through Tuesday, March 10th, where all club sportswear, apparel, and accessories will be slashed by 20%. And while you're there, fill out an entry blank to play the Aloha Ball contest. Not only Bonnie, but anybody that walks into V-Ball Hawaii. Maybe you'll be our next winner.
Here we're looking at the stats, Jim. You see that it kills Hawaii outplayed or outkilled UC Irvine, but the glaring weakness here, Jim, is that the errors. Irvine with 8 errors, Hawaii 0 errors. And also the kill percentage, 667 for the game to 040.
Rainbows 8-7 on the year overall. They are 4-3 in Weaver. Irvine 3-8 overall, and they are 1-8 in Weaver. So Irvine, in that first match, mistake prone, and it cost them, as they were able to score only 5 points against the Rainbows. And quite frankly, Peter, the Rainbows cruised to victory in game 1.
Yeah, they did. I was really impressed with how much of an even keel they came out. What I mean by that is that they weren't really emotionally high and they weren't really emotionally low. They just took care of business. They did what they had to do.
Into the game for the Rainbows is Shepard. It's Chris Shepard from Jigo, Guam, and Seabury Hall on Maui. Amaya, good dig by Hanneman. Rico Gamaras from Rio de Janeiro also into the game for the Rainbows. And the side out will go to Irvine. Starting for Irvine, Jeff Uhrig from Mission Viejo, California, number 11. So some changes on both teams. Serving Hinchman of Irvine. Shepard has the ball blocked and down by Quinn. So Irvine scores the first point of game 2.
Hawaii came out and attacked the middle in the first game, Jim, and really had a lot of success with that. And you can see that Irvine has already adapted to that and is committed to going with the middle.
Presho off of Felton. That's side out forward.
Irvine has also made an adjustment by putting their big man Quinn into the middle. He's blocking middle this game instead of playing opposite the setter.
Hinchman back sets for Quinn, and that is long. And that's a point for Hawaii, and we are even at 1.
You know, it almost seems as though the Bows have been instructed not to defend against anybody but Quinn. They get 2 guys up on him just about every time.
Side out to Irvine. Uhrig getting the ball down. So Amaya will serve. And we are tied at 1. Presho. That went off of Jones. Presho is hitting the ball better this year than he ever has. He came in as one of those power hitters. He started to come around last year, but he has really emerged as a force this season. Quinn tries to counter, and he does. Gets it in the corner. Side out Irvine, still tied at 1 in game 2. Quinn jumps her. Stewart, good pass. Hanneman sets up Gamaras. Block rolls along the tape and goes out.
Even with the insertion of Gamaras into the lineman, and he's passing with Brad Stewart, the Bows are still passing the ball well and look to be successful in this game if they can keep doing that.
Presho from deep. That's wide, and we are still tied at 1. Side out Irvine. Uhrig serving. Number 11 for Irvine. Bad pass, but Jones cannot take advantage of it as he pushes it wide.
I'm not sure, Jim, but I think Guimaraes gets a kill on that.
That's amazing. Quinn. Bad position by Quinn, but he's able to find the open spot on the floor. Rainbows really had the men up to defend him, and it was open in the middle.
Well, it's nice to see that a big guy doesn't have to just bomb away all the time, that he can find the open court and mix it up with some off-speed stuff, little change-up, as Pal Eldridge might call it.
Excellent change that time. Pal will join us tomorrow for baseball. That's into the net by Felton. Still tied at 1 in game 2.
You know, Irvine seems to be just shooting themselves in the foot. Every time they get a break, they go ahead and do something, make some sort of an error, whether it's a serving error or a hitting error or a passing error. They just can't stay in this game by making those kind of errors.
Short set for Jones. Dig by Presho. And it's side out for Irvine. Still tied at 1 in game 2.
Great scrambling by the Bows, and it looks like if that kind of thing keeps up, we may be here a while with the Clum gym being so hot and having to wipe everything up.
That's long. Side out Rainbow. Still tied at 1 in game number 2. A player from both teams will be honored after today's game, and GTE Hawaiian Tel will go beyond the call and contribute to the General Scholarship Fund at the University of Hawaii. That's a point. Finally, a point registered. And it's still 1-1. Boy, they put a point up on the scoreboard. Now they switch it, and the Rainbows have a point. So you talk about confusion here. They gave the point to Irvine, and they were receiving. And now they give the point to the Rainbows side out to Irvine.
Here you see him going to the big man on the outside, and he's able to go over the line blocker and put it down in front of Guimaraes.
Little touch, side out.
Gee, I thought Brad Stewart might have gotten under on that. I think the Bows may have gotten away with one there.
So Stewart will serve 10 feet behind the end line. Hinchman, that not a great pass, and Amaya gets rejected at the net by Presho. And also going up was Shepard. 3-1. They play patty cake. Shepard wins. That's a point for the Bows. 4-1. So Stewart serving. Good knuckleball serve. Came over the net and dived down. That goes into the broadcast facilities here.
Great serve by Brad Stewart, stepping way back and having the bottom drop out from the ball.
Rick Smith, our floor director, his face will puff up, but then it will heal. We'll be back.
Yeah. So I dropped by my buddy Jack's house the other day. I find him with a strange expression on his face, which can only mean one thing. He's thinking. I'm tired of having to read everything to keep up with sports, he says. I'm no Evelyn Wood, you know. This from a man who thinks C-Spot Run is a tongue twister. Hey, I said, there's one place you can get it all. The Sporting News. It's the only magazine that gives you baseball, football, hoops, and hockey 52 weeks a year. It's got stats like you've never seen and reports on every team, even off-season. To top it all off, the Sporting News has awesome special issues, and they don't cost you a penny more. Sounds like the Sporting News is all I need. So what's it going to cost me? Look, just call this toll-free number. You get a whole bunch of issues for just a few bucks. You can spread out payments, even charge it. Gee, Jack says, I can get it all in the Sporting News and get the best deal around? For a brief, thrilling moment, the wind whistling between Jack's ears was stilled.
The Sporting News, more than just the score.
Winning the first game 15-5. They lead here in game 2, 5-1. Amaya up for the block again. Presho and Shepard this time. It is wide, side out. Irvine. 1 serving 5. Amaya another Mission Viejo product. Viliamu, that's up in the paint fields on the roof here at Plum. Side out Rainbows.
Boy, he's really come on with a lot of maturity, too, as he's hitting out of the back row and just bombing away.
Shepard serving. Felton gets it to Hinchman. Uhrig, that's rejected and in. Nice block by Gamares.
Well, he's taking advantage of some court time here by making some great plays in the back row and now making some great plays, making a great block here in the front row as well for a point.
Viliamu, Gamares, and Presho in that front line now for the Rainbows. Hinchman to Felton, blocked by Presho, but out. Side out for Irvine. Irvine, coached by Bill Ashton, assisted by John Wynn and Natalie Tchaikovsky. That's long. Side out for Hawaii. And you were saying that Irvine mistakes in the first game that continue here in the second game.
Way too many mistakes, Jim.
Felton, bad pass. They get it over. Rainbows with the opportunity now. Hanneman to Viliamu, and a great block by Felton. Felton started everything with a bad pass. He finishes it with a good block.
He makes a great play to step in here and help with the middle, especially since Hanneman has been connecting very well throughout the match so far.
1-serving-6. Hanneman sets Gamares. He puts it in the corner in front of a diving Uhrig.
Yeah, and on that play, he actually had the middle jumping and had him guessing and was able to go the second option with nobody up.
Side out Rainbow men, 6-1. Gamares jump serve. Hinchman, good dink.
Great play by Hinchman, throwing the Bows off balance here. This seems to be about the only play that the Bows haven't been able to touch on defense with nobody around.
1-serving-6. Felton cozies up to that back line. Rainbows with the advantage. They go to Stewart. Excellent block by Amaya. And he points to the floor and he says, there, that was in. That's a point for Irvine. 2-serving-6.
Bradley came out of nowhere on that one with the layup approach. Kind of looked like Magic Johnson of the Lakers.
Viliamu. That's a point for Irvine.
A couple of unforced errors there by the Bows, caused by a tough serve here.
3-serving-6. Stewart. Confusion in the front line. Amaya, Hinchman, and Jones.
They've got the Irvine team guessing, Jim. They're going with the middle guy. They're going with the quick set, and Hanneman keeps setting the second option.
Viliamu, bad pass again. That went off the block. But it's got to be a point for the Bows. Now, Ralph Smith is saying, I saw the block, and it went off the block. I pointed the wrong way. That should be a point for the Bows.
Well, it almost appears as though Ralph wasn't sure what happened, Jim. It happened so quick that it actually looked like the Irvine kid tipped it over, and Brad Stewart hit it out of bounds.
That just may have been. Viliamu again serving. Quinn. That's in. Side out, Irvine.
When in doubt, they go right back to the big man.
So Leland Quinn, 6'8" sophomore from Huntington Beach, California. Getting the side out. Serving is Chad Jones. Irvine with the advantage now. Hinchman sets Amaya, and the slam, just dunking the ball over the net that time, was Brad Stewart. Side out Rainbows.
Brad Stewart with a lot of hang time here. Able to hang and tip it back down. You know, in high school, he was coined Bradley the Jet Stewart. That was his nickname in high school, and you can see why with that block.
Victor Talamoa, a center from Pearl City, out of Leeward Community College, comes in to serve for the Rainbow men. Hinchman to Quinn. Good dig in the back row by Viliamu, but not enough on it.
I think this kid's going to be a good one for the Bows, Jim. He's real young. He's got a lot of playing experience with the USVBA club teams, and I think down the road he's going to be a nice addition to the team.
Speaking of Victor Talamoa, serving Hinchman, Jason Hinchman. Talamoa setting Presho. Good save by Amaya. Hinchman back to Amaya from the 10-foot line. Gamaras responds. Talamoa. They battle at the net. Stewart keeps it alive. Shepard keeps it alive. Viliamo gets it over. Uhrig. That is long.
Great rally, Jim. One of the better rallies I've seen from the Bows. They really hung in there and made a great play at the end.
So Brad Stewart now will serve. 7 serving 3, game 2. Rainbows winning the first game 15-5. Quinn slaps it. Good save by Stewart. But into the antenna. Side out Irvine.
Boy, Brad Stewart is everywhere. He's getting the blocks in the front row. He's doing the passing in the back row. There he just made a great dig off of Quinn.
Bad passing by the Rainbows, but they take advantage of it. As Uhrig is saying, I thought that was out to Hinchman.
Kind of an almost I got it, you take it type of a play. Both players thinking the other was going to take it.
Shepard again serving. 7 serving 3. We've been here a while. Another side out as Quinn hammers it. Now, wait a minute. Apparently, it is a net violation. And a point for the Rainbows. There you see Ralph Smith.
Pass was a little tight, and I think Hinchman got caught in the net there.
8 serving 3. Uhrig block. Good double block. Felton off the block, side out Irvine. Presho and Viliamo going up, but the ball going off their hands and out.
You can see here that he does a real nice job going off the outside blocker in transition, something that not many guys are doing nowadays.
Talamoa, bad set into the net. Talamoa wanted to work to Gamaras. That's a point for Irvine and a mistake by the Rainbow men.
Boy, what a gutsy set from only his 3rd or 4th set out here, Jim. He's going right to probably the most high percentage or low percentage set in college volleyball, the 3 set.
Quinn hammers it wrong on the jump serve. 8 serving for Presho from deep. Felton. Rainbows keep it alive. Gamaras gets it over. Felton slaps it into the backcourt. Presho keeps it alive. And Viliamo puts it down in front of Amaya.
Rainbow Heaters are doing a really nice job of hanging in there with Victor Talamoa as he gets in the flow of the game here. You can see he goes right to the middle with Viliamo and gets the point for the Bows.
Hinchman to Felton. Rainbows trying to respond. They battle at the net. Net violation. Side out Irvine. Uhrig will serve for the Anteaters. 4:39 here in game 2. Rainbows winning the first game if you just joined us 15-5. Little touch. Good save by Felton. Hinchman back serves for Quinn. 10-foot line. Good save by Stewart. Talamoa. Talamoa with the dink shot. Side out Bow.
With each play, you can see him starting to gain more and more confidence and really kind of starting to take the reins here of the team, and things are flowing a lot smoother.
Setting is so important for the success of a volleyball team. From his knees, Hinchman to Felton, blocked but out. Talamoa was there along with Viliamo. Talamoa took the brunt of the shot.
I think this is the biggest asset that he brings to this team. He is a real strong blocker, probably his best skill as a setter.
Felton serving on the tape. And it will be side out for the Rainbows. 9 for Hawaii, 4 for Irvine. It's been a battle here in game 2. Viliamo just over the net. Amaya to Hinchman. And then up on the pedestal and out. That's a point for the Rainbows. It is now 10-4 here in game number 2.
Hinchman's just making some freshman mistakes. To bump back set there is just not your best choice in that situation.
Timeout has been called. Game number 2, the Rainbows again with the advantage. They lead 10-4.
He's in alone. Shoot, score!
Is there a hockey fan in your home? Now Champion Sports offers you a piece of the game. Fully licensed and sanctioned by the National Hockey League and the Players Association. These hockey mementos are permanently imprinted with a full-color picture of your favorite player and his stats. Choose your favorite player from any team in the NHL and capture the excitement of the game. Now you can own the player puck of your choice and his team puck, plus an official team pin, all for only $24.95. A perfect gift for the hockey fans in your life. Don't miss this chance to give them a piece of NHL history. Call 1-800-767-9200. Use your Visa, MasterCard, check, or money order. 1-800-767-9200. That's 1-800-767-9200.
For the Rainbows, 4 for Irvine here in game number 2. Hinchman with a dink of his own to win the side back for the Anteaters. So Chad Jones will serve now for Irvine, 4 serving 10. And we have a substitution. John Charles Liu comes in for Chad Jones.
You know, when he was at Punahou, he was just known as John Liu, and now he's adopted his middle name, and now it's John-Charles. Great kid. It's nice to see him still hanging in there in this league.
Puts it into the net. That's tough coming off the bench.
Real tough. And that's kind of one of the things you always tell him. It's one of those cardinal sins of volleyball, where the substitute needs to keep that serve in.
And that's long, and we go right back as Talamoa serves it long for the Rainbows. Again, side out for Irvine, 4 serving 10. Serving for Irvine is Hinchman. Rainbows with the advantage. Talamoa to Shepard, off the block and in. That went off of Quinn. Side out, Rainbow men. And serving will be Brad Stewart. Long Beach State, number 1 in the nation. They are undefeated, then Stanford, then Pepperdine, according to the latest men's volleyball Tachikara rating. Rainbows rated 9th and Irvine rated 16th. Hinchman will go to Uhrig. That's off the block. Gamaris. Side out to Irvine.
Boy, this kid's really playing a nice game, Jim. He's banging, big lefty out here, just banging off the outside blocker and having quite a bit of success with it as well.
So Amaya will serve for UC Irvine in the heat of Clum in the afternoon. Advantage now, Irvine. And Felton goes off of Prusho for the point. It is now 5 serving 10. So here in game 2, it has settled down into a game of attrition. Side out after side out. Rainbow's looking to take it back. Gamaris. He does. Got that ball by Uhrig and Quinn.
Well, one of the things you're seeing is there's some new faces out on the court, and it's not allowing the Bows to be as fluid as they were in game 1. It's forcing them to be a little bit more patient with each individual and playing, getting back to that level that they were at game 1.
Mate serving as he has come into the game. Felton. Oh, good cross court by Felton. And a side out for Irvine.
You can see out here that Hinchman was able to get him one-on-one. He bangs the cross court right for the meat of the court. Unfortunately, Guimaraes had a net there.
Quinn serving. Talamoa backsets, nobody there. Stewart finally gets it over the net. Advantage, Irvine. And hitting the floor off a mishit by Jones. So both teams making mistakes, but Irvine getting the advantage that time. And it is 6 serving 10.
You can actually see it was actually a mishit there, but he was able to put it into a part of the court that the Bulls weren't in. But gosh, I don't know. It looked like by that replay that he may have gotten that, Jim.
Looks Stewart, yeah, looks as if Stewart got his hand underneath. We have 2 looks. Ralph Smith has only 1. Prusho comes back to be a force as he immediately wins the side back.
You can almost count on each one of these setters to go back to their big man in the clutch, or when they need a side out, they need a point. They're going to those guys they know is going to get the play for them. In Hawaii's case, Prescio, and in Irvine's case, Irvine. I'd actually look him to start setting Quinn out of the back row a little bit here.
Prescio serving. Amaya, Hinchman, down the middle, Quinn. Stewart trying to save, though. Excellent hit by Gamares. And they get it over. Advantage, Irvine. Felton off the block. That's side out for Irvine.
Great rally by the Bows. You can see why Brad Stewart is leading the team in digs. Boy, he's just everywhere back there.
Urick will serve now. 6 serving 10. Talamoa goes to Prescio off the block. Look out into the stands. Side out, Rainbow.
This game is boiling down to a Mark Prescio against a Leland Quinn.
Gamares serving jump serve. Felton gets it to Hinchman. Little push by Jones, but right there was Talamoa. Point for the Rainbows. It is 11-6 here in game number 2. Rainbows trying to take it home. And that side out for Irvine. So 6 serving 11, Felton from the back line. Talamoa with the dink, and Hinchman almost picked him off.
You can see here that Victor Talamoa is being real aggressive at the net and going after the close pass by dumping it over into the open Irvine court here to the side out.
Amaya off the blocks by Talamoa, and it goes out. Side out Irvine, 6 serving 11. Your car is your star player to help keep it performing its best. In your weekly running game, try high-quality Chevron gasolines with the cleansing power of Tech Relief. Stewart. Urick with the save, then Quinn. Amaya, that hit a Rainbow blocker, either Shepard or Talamoa. And that's a point. 7 serving 11. So Chad Jones will serve for Irvine. Talamoa getting ready to set Shepard. And Jones knocked down by that as he was trying to get into the position to save it, to dig it in the back row. Side out Rainbow.
It was a great quick set by Victor Talamoa, but the thing that made it was Chris Shepard was up nice and early and forced the Irvine block to have to guess.
So Talamoa will now serve for the Rainbow men.
Rainbow should score here now, Jim. They've got Prescio back in the front row and Talamoa's in the back row.
Hinchman goes cross-court for Quinn. He hits it off the tape, partially touched by Shepard. Quinn again, that time it went off of Stewart. Side outs for Irvine. So the big hammers are in evidence today. Quinn for Irvine and Prescio for the Rainbows. And it has become an artillery duel. Talamoa goes to Stewart that time, and that goes off of Quinn. Amaya also over to help. To no avail, side out Rainbow.
Great set by Victor Talamoa. Didn't allow the middle blocker to get there in time. Bradley Stewart delivered by hitting in the hole.
Stewart again serving. Hinchman will go to Urick. Off the block, Talamoa with the save. Kamara sets Prescio off the block. Good effort by Chad Jones in the back row. To no avail. Point for the Rainbow men. It is 12-7.
You know, the difference this year, between this year and last year with Mark Prescio, is that the majority of his hits are headed towards the court, Jim. He made some errors by trying to make it too cute last year, and now he's hitting everything into the court and able to score points for the Bows, something they really need.
Little touch. Rainbow's trying for the pancake, and they get it. Talamoa and then Prescio. That is long.
And wouldn't you know it, just when I say that he's hitting for the court, he goes and launches one off into Kaima Keys someplace.
Well, you talk about effort, and that is so much a part of men's volleyball. Just the effort. And pancake was good. The kill shot was not. Shepard, another pancake effort. And Chad Jones is having one of those frustrating games. He's getting his hand on the ball. He is there. But the ball is not responding to his play.
Great one-handed set by Talamo, and even a better play by Shepard just to put the ball on the court and force Irvine to have to play defense against it.
12 serving 7 here in game 2. Hinchman setting for Urick.
Boy, this kid's been hot when he's come in this second game. You can see he hits the ball right in the hole of the block there and puts it away.
Quinn serving for Irvine. Short set for Guglielmo. Off of Quinn. Side out Rainbow Men. That short set really has worked for the Rainbow Men, Peter.
Boy, it sure has. They're really attacking the middle of Irvine.
Presho serving, Amaya there. Hinchman with the touch. Jones gets it over. Good save by Presho. Irvine now with the advantage. Little push by Quinn. Rainbows with the advantage. Talamo back set. Guglielmo off of Felton. And that's a point. 13-7.
Great play by Guglielmo to get his feet to that ball and take a little something off the hit and just put it in the court. He found the block and able to score a point for the Bows.
Jump serve by Presho. Urick, good block, one-on-one. Gamaris was there. Hinchman sets Felton long. That's a point. And we will have the Aloha ball for the second game. 14 for the Rainbow Men, 7 for Irvine. Presho serving for game 2. Jump serve. That's out. Side out Irvine.
You know, I like the way he attacked that aggressively, but boy, that's a cardinal sin, Jim. You got to keep game ball in.
I agree. Urick serving, big rainbow, and the Rainbow Men responding. Presho off the block, side out. Oh, no. They say it is a point for Irvine that Presho had his foot underneath, had his foot on the Irvine side of the court. So boy, it is 14-8.
Presho's having a hard time comprehending that one because he hit out of the back row, and to travel a full 10 feet to go under is almost
impossible.
Yeah.
That's wide by Guglielmo. That's another point for Irvine. It is 14-9.
I look to Victor Talamo to go back to Presho on this one. He needs a side out. Irvine's coming back. They need to go back to Presho.
They don't. They go to Gamaris, and he's able to sandwich the ball in between Jones and Hinchman. And Jones continues to have a very frustrating match. He was there again, but the ball got by him.
He seems to be struggling a little bit, Jim. That's for sure.
Rainbows with the advantage. Presho down the middle. That's in. And that's the game. So the Bows are up 2 games. The first game, 15-5. The second game, 15-9. And we'll be back for game 3 after this.
Well, I know it's supposed to be a great movie, but I don't have that channel anymore. But maybe you can come over anyway and... Hello? It's gonna be a great fight. I'm there, bud. I thought you had it. Man, me neither.
Unfortunately, some people don't appreciate the great entertainment on Dimension's premium channels.
Hi, Tom. Are you going to be watching the McCartney concert tonight?
Until they don't have them anymore.
Is there any way you can connect me? Now?
The restaurant scene.
Bon appetit. Gee, I'm done already, and I don't remember eating.
The social scene.
That I'm not kissing anyone hello anymore.
The dating scene.
Go away with me.
I would just be using you to get even with her.
I don't mind.
Let's go.
Steve Martin, Sarah Jessica Parker, Victoria Tennant, and Mary Lou Henner.
Having sex with my...
Customer service reps, installers, sales reps, and technicians. To be a part of the action, visit your local Dimension Cable office now.
Of Los Angeles Lakers basketball. AC Green, Byron, and James. Watch it on Prime Ticket all season long as the Lakers defend their Western Conference title. The Looking to capture their second consecutive Pacific Division crown, the Portland Trail Blazers bring their act to the Great Western Forum for a match with the Lakers. Tune in Wednesday, live at 7:30 for all the excitement. Watch it.
Rainbows winning the first two games. The first game, the Rainbows actually cruised to victory, 15-5. But in the second match, it became a match of attrition as both sides tried to seize the game and to try to get the advantage. There was side out after side out. Finally, the Rainbows prevailed 15-9. So the Rainbows up by 2. They are in control of this match, 2-0. The Rainbows 8-7 on the year, and UC Irvine 3-8. Looking at the Chevron Series record, you see that Hawaii leads 7-0, as Irvine has never been able to beat the Rainbows. Try Chevron gasolines with Tekraline. Alan Rosehill, the coach of the University of Hawaii Rainbow Men, now with Peter Balding. And let's go to Peter.
Alan, we saw some changes in Game 2. Can we expect to see some of those kinds of changes in Game 3 as well?
Probably towards the end of this third game. I got a little bit of a chance to play Victor in Game 2, and I'm going to bring back my starters to start this game, but I think you'll see some new faces towards the end of it.
Great. We'll see what happens. Back to you, Jim.
All right, Peter, thank you. Peter, along with Alan Rosehill, the coach of the Rainbows, and Rosehill becoming a full-time coach for the first time this year. All the other years that he has labored with the Rainbow Men, and he's had them on the cusp of the national tournament. He has been only a part-time coach. Blockbuster scoreboard. Let's take a look at some of the teams in WEVA and matches this week. On Wednesday, it was UCLA winning 3-1 over USC. Then it was Northridge winning in straight sets over San Diego State, number 4 beating number 15. Other games this week, it was BYU, number 10, defeating number 11 UCSB in straight sets. Number 5 UCLA over number 3 Pepperdine, and a big surprise in straight games. You know, UCSB then came back to defeat BYU, and Stanford in straight sets over San Diego State. Blockbuster scoreboard, Hawaii's family video store.
Surprising one there, Jim, was UCLA beating Pepperdine in 3 straight.
That was.
I guess maybe the Bows took a little bit out of the waves last week, and they went back to the confines of Malibu. They got their rear ends kicked, so to speak.
We start Game 3. Great save in the back row by Gamares. And he puts it in the bottom of the net. Boy, you go from the sublime that time to the very difficult, the very frustrating. Gamares makes a tremendous save in the back row, and then he pumps it into the bottom of the net. Hinchman serving for Irvine. And the Rainbows get it right back.
Great sign there that Guimaraes was able to come back and deliver a great pass to Hanneman, who went back to the middle. I look for the Bows to attack the middle here and get back to where they were in Game 1 with this same lineup that they started with in Game 1.
Bale getting it back on that side out. And a mistake by Irvine. Everybody gathered around the middle. The ball floated all by itself. So we're tied at 1. Brad Stewart serving here in Game 3. Rainbows winning the first game 15-5 and the second game 15-9. Quinn just getting it over. Big advantage now for the Rainbows. Hanneman short set. And Vale able to punch it down. 2-1.
Those two are really clicking well. They were very successful last week, and they seem to have not dropped off a bit here tonight. Stewart
into the net, and it will go over to Irvine.
Or this afternoon, I should say.
It's kind of dark in here. You're right, Peter. Amaya will serve for Irvine. Hanneman again to Vale. Side out, Rainbow Men. So Vale from Sydney, Australia. Serving from the back line, 2 serving 1. Hinchman will go to Felton. Hanneman with an excellent save in the back row. but a net violation, and it will be side out for Irvine.
Great play by Hanneman, as well as the rest of the Bows in their defense today. I'm really impressed with the amount of balls that they're popping up.
Gamares, that ball was out. Amaya knew it. He went for it anyway. You don't have a lot of time to decide whether the ball is out. That ball is going 100 miles an hour. So he did get a hand on it, but the Rainbows get the side out.
Here we have the stats from game one. You can see that Irvine hit a little bit better than their 0-4-0 by hitting 300, but the Bows still at a blistering 452. Also, you see Irvine had quite a few more errors. They had one more error than in game one with 9 this game. And the Bows having 6 versus 0 in the first game. So that being the difference in the 2 games as to why Irvine was maybe a little closer in the second game than they were in the first.
Side out Irvine. 1 serving 2. Gamares bumps it to Hanneman. To Villiamu. That's in. Side out to Rainbow Men. Again, very short, very quick sets in the middle.
Well, I think Rosehill did some heavy statting in that second game and found a big weakness in the Irvine defense there.
Quinn. Great save by Vale. Stewart. And an excellent block by Hinchman.
Great play here by Hinchman, but you see Bradley with no virtual approach, just go ahead and bangs away what you want him to do in that type of situation. But it was a great play by Hinchman.
Villiamu, that's a point for Irvine. Villiamu puts it in the net. So Felton now will serve for the Anteaters. Hanneman short set again. Villiamu hammers it home.
You know, it's debatable whether Prescio or Villiamu hits the ball hard, but boy, he really gets up and puts the ball away here with nobody up. You know, I noticed that they're going at Chad Jones, number 6 for Irvine, who you said was having troubles in the second game. Well, they're not giving him any breaks here.
Amaya, that's blocked. Stewart bumps it to Hanneman. Back set down the middle. Prescio. Good save by Quinn. He's able to get a hand on it, but he pumps it in to the stanchion. So it's 3-2 Rainbow Men, and Larson Villiamu continues to serve. That just ticked the tape. Side out to Irvine. Serving for Irvine is Chad Jones. Vale took on Quinn and Hinchman that time, and he was able to get the ball down in front of both of them. And so Hanneman will serve. Transfer from UCLA. Quinn off the block and outside out for Irvine. Rainbows rushing to victory in game 1. And then a battle of attrition in game 2. Very close so far here in game 3. 2 serving 3. Prescio. That is off the block.
Looked like he was under on that point, Jim. The set was just a little bit too tight.
Yep, he was under. That's the ruling.
You can see here that he goes ahead and just swings away, but on his follow through when he lands, he's under the net. Ooh, almost an ankle injury there.
3-3. Prescio again off the block, and that side out. No, Prescio was underneath again. That's a point.
You know, one thing you notice here is that Mark Prescio, he has a tendency to broad jump a little bit. When he takes off, he's floating, and he's not able to control himself in the air, and as a result, he lands underneath that line. His whole foot needs to be under. You can see that his right foot there is all the way under the net.
Rainbow Men trail now. Villiamu finally gets the side back. So footballs or foot violations have aided UC Irvine here in game number 3. 3 serving 4. Brad Stewart for the Rainbow Men. Quinn double block. He put that right into Hawaii Spring. Dale was up there along with Prescio.
Yeah, they've been doing their homework. They're out to stop Quinn. They had 2 guys up on him that time, and they're going to get him.
Little touch by Amaya. Prescio off the block, but Irvine will have an opportunity here. Quinn, Urick goes cross court and puts it in perfectly. Perfectly placed spike.
This kid has been hot. He came in the second game, didn't start, came in the second game and just banged away against the Hawaii block, and now in the third game continuing his success.
Hanneman short set, Presho hammers it to Quinn.
Both teams seem to be keying on Presho and Quinn and trying to neutralize that factor. Both are going to need to go to somebody else here, Jim.
Quinn winning the battle on that particular occasion. Gutierrez goes all the way underneath. Rather, Guimaraes, I should say, goes all the way underneath, but still gets the side out. And Vale, the Australian, will serve now for the Rainbow Men. 4 serving 5. Urick. Stewart saves. Hanneman puts it up into the lights. Side out, Irvine.
Again, Urick with another kill, Jim.
Great block by Felton. Rainbows keep it alive. Stewart off the tape, and a great pancake that time by Felton. So the rally continues. Hanneman to Guimaraes. That goes off of Inchman.
You can see here a great dig here by Irvine. The pancake, his hand is under the ball there. A great play by Felton.
So 4 serving 5 on the side out. Presho will serve for the Rainbow Men. We mentioned in the keys to the game how well Irvine has to play and the play of the big 3. They have here in the game 3 done very well.
And in addition of Urick here, who has kind of emerged as one of their 3 that they've been able to go to in the clutch here. You can see he's got 6 kills. Boy, that surprised me. I thought he would have had more than that by this time.
Into the net by Urick. So 4 serving 5. Guimaraes. The Brazilian will serve for the Rainbow Men. Guimaraes out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Felton. Great save by Guimaraes in the back row. Hanneman pumps it to Stewart off the block. Urick slipped a bit in the back row, got a hand on it, and put it into the net and the antenna. So we're tied at 5. Jump serve, Guimaraes. Quinn off the block. That went off of everybody. Went off of Stewart, and it went off of Hanneman. It may have caught Viliamu. Side out, Irvine. Very close game here in game 3. Irvine must now win 3 in a row to take this match. Felton serving. Stewart. That's long.
Oh, big mistake there by the Bows. Great set by Hanneman, and Bradley Stewart just pressing just a little bit too hard. Wanted to actually put it through the floor, it looked like. It was long.
6 serving 5. Irvine with the lead here in game 3. Presho with the touch. Advantage, Irvine. Amaya. That's in. Point for Irvine. They lead 7-5.
Irvine seems to be pressing the Bows to do stuff that they don't normally like to do. Set wasn't quite there for Presho, and having to just put the ball over in the court, and Irvine coming back and attacking for a point.
Felton now will serve for Irvine. Felton looking over at the coaching staff for Irvine as they wipe up the perspiration here in Clum Gym. Stewart off the block and out. That side out for the Rainbow Men. Another good set by Hanneman, going cross court to Stewart that time. And the Rainbows putting in some new players. Sean Scott, a middle blocker, a freshman out of Kailua and Punahou, comes into the game, number 12. He replaces Larson Viliamu. Scott will serve. does so well. And a net violation. So side out Irvine. They lead by 2 here in game 3. Rainbows winning the first game 15-5, second game 15-9. Chad Jones, soft serve. And so coming over is Vail. And Vail pounds it down. A bullet.
That was actually what they call a pump 3. He faked in one area and then went into a different area and kind of left the middle blocker standing.
Hanneman serving. Amaya mishits the ball and it goes out. That's a point. 6 serving 7. Coming into the game now, number 14, Jason Olive comes in for pressure. So the Rainbows have a front line now of Vail, Olive, and Stewart. Serving is Hanneman from far away. And another mishit. Uhrig mishits that one, and we are tied at 7. So the Rainbows with a new look here, Peter.
They've got some new kids in there, and maybe that's what they needed, just some new blood to kind of get things going in this third game.
Hinchman with the set for Quinn. 3 men up for the Rainbows. Stewart tries to save, but it goes into the 5th row.
Great reaction play there by Brad Stewart. I thought he was going to get it. You can see here that he comes down off of the block, goes into the stands. The Bozos over there isn't quite able to make the play.
7-7 here in game 3. Oh, what a rip by Jason Olive.
You know, this is the kind of play as a freshman you want to get him into the game, and he goes right to him. He's able to pound it right past the block and down in front of the digger there. Great play by Jason Olive.
Brad Stewart now serving for the Rainbow men. And Olive again. Olive is saying the game is pretty easy. 8 serving 7. The Rainbows now have recaptured the lead. Hinchman goes to Uhrig, and Uhrig returns the favor. Uhrig gets it down in front of Hanneman. Damaris. Oh, excellent save by Hinchman on the back row. Felton. Hanneman handling that. Olive gets it over. The rally continues. Advantage Irvine. Felton off the block and out. A point for Irvine, and we are tied at 8.
Great play by both teams, Jim. Both teams scrambling, going to the floor to play the ball up. Finally taking somebody to go up and swing at the ball instead of trying to patty cake and be cute.
Amaya will serve for Irvine. Little touch.
Oh, I think the Bows got away with that one, Jim. I thought Olive had gone under on that. You see here the set's kind of tight. He does a nice job of getting there, and then he's quite on his landing. You can almost see it there. His feet were under. Sometimes those are the hardest ones to see for the umpire, the ones that are right underneath you.
So Vail joking with people in the crowd as he serves. Quinn. And that's a point for the Rainbow men. They lead 9-8. Quinn hit it off the antenna. Timeout has been called here in game 3. The Rainbows have recaptured the lead for the second time, and they lead by 1.
Is this you washing your car? Missing all the fun or spending $6 at the car wash when 2 days later it looks like this? Now there's a way to keep your car looking great all the time. It's the Amazing Duster. Originally designed for car buffs to keep their show cars looking new, its specially treated fibers lift the dust off without a scratch. And it's guaranteed for even the most delicate paint.
With this expensive investment to protect, I'd rather use my Amazing Duster than wash any day.
It works so well, you'll want one for every car in your family. And they make great gifts, too.
It's the best present my kids could have gotten me.
It's better than washing.
And a lot cheaper, too.
Stop washing when you could be dusting. Call this number now to order your duster. Thousands have been sold for $29.95. But take advantage of this special TV offer and pay only $19.95. Call now and get this $5 carrying case absolutely free. That's a $35 value. So call this number now.
On June 1st, 1992, world leaders from almost every nation on the planet will converge on Rio de Janeiro for the first ever Earth Summit. Held by the United Nations, these leaders will sign treaties that will determine the future of our global environment. At stake is the entire human race. Problem is, our own president may not participate. The only way of assuring that he will attend is for him to know that he has the full support of the American people now.
Call 1-800-LEAD-RIO.
Budweiser fact, 1991 American Volleyball Coaches Association All-Americas, the Player of the Year, Brian Ivey of USC. And the Coach of the Year, Ray Rattel. Budweiser reminds you to know when to say when. Side out for Irvine.
Great dig in the back there by Craig Bale. Coming up to the front, Sean Scott not really noted for his setting, having to handle a wet ball, and it's slipping through his hands.
Quinn serving. From the 10-foot line, Gamaris. Quinn launches it wide.
Boy,
what side out for the bow.
What a play by him, Jimmy. Passed the ball on the back right, and then he's got a sprint over to the left front where Hanneman sets him, and he's got to swing at it for the side out.
Olive serving for the Rainbow Men.
You know,
they lead 9-8.
It almost appears as though, since Prescio has gone out of the game, Irvine doesn't really know who to key on. Olive in for Prescio. Now they're starting to get hurt by a bunch of different bows out here.
Short set, and that goes up into the stands. Rainbow's able to get their hands on it. But an excellent set that time. Very short, very lethal. Side out, Irvine. Urick serving for Irvine. Hanneman able to set Scott. Gamares tries to come back and does off of Felton.
You know, Hanneman's done a really nice job here of going to the two freshmen when they've come in, Olive and Scott, and trying to get them in the flow of the offense. You also notice that Irvine is attacking the freshman, Sean Scott, right off the bat here. We'll see if they go back to him again. Not with this pass, they won't.
Felton. So that side out for Irvine. It remains Hawaii 9 and UC Irvine 8. Felton, who's played a very solid game, serving for Irvine. Gamares. Short set, and that time Chad Jones getting the ball down, and we are tied at 9.
It almost appears now in this type of a situation that Hanneman is not real sure who to go to. He'd probably like to have Mark Prescio back in there so that he's got a nice, comfortable person he knows that can put the ball away for him and get the ball back to the bows.
So Felton getting ready to serve again for UC Irvine. Long. Side out, and Scott, Sean Scott, 6'3" freshman, will serve for Hawaii. Quinn. Gamares, what a save by Gamares. Hanneman able to hammer it over. Here's Quinn again. 3 men up. That is out.
Twice they went to the big guy, and the second time he was able to deliver. You know, in the stats I was noticing before the game here, they have set him almost twice as much as the next person on the team.
Stewart gets the side back as we are tied at 9 here in game 3.
Great job by Hanneman to isolate Brad Stewart out there on the outside, one-on-one. He's able to put the ball away for the side out.
Into the game comes John Charles Liu from Punahou. So Sean Scott from Punahou and John Charles Liu also from Punahou on the floor, but for opposing teams. Amaya delivers.
Great play by Irvine to go back to the middle. They seem to be having a lot of success with going to the middle, partly because they're passing the ball better this game than they have in the first two.
Hinchman serving, still tied at 9. Olive, that's in.
Boy, this kid gets up and bangs the ball, Jim. He's got a heavy arm.
Jason Olive out of Los Angeles, California, St. Bernard. He's got that big swing. And a lift called on Hinchman. That's a point for the Rainbow men. And they leapfrog into the lead again. 10-9. Brad Stewart, very steady, very capable serving now for the Rainbow men. Hinchman has to go a long way for that. And Urich pumps it long. And now Irvine finds themselves down 2 late in game 3, and they have yet to register a win in this match. And Bill Ashen very competently calls a timeout. We will be back.
Magic Johnson, the greatest the game has ever produced. Athlete, champion, warrior, hero. Now the power and spirit of Magic Johnson are captured in this limited edition wall mounting. Beautifully made, this classic commemorative holds a full-color photo of Magic in action and the highlights of his spectacular career. In the tradition of all fine collectibles, this unique piece is handcrafted for Champion Sports by McFan Woodworks and is available in this exclusive TV offer for only $79.95. This piece of sports history is expertly constructed of solid oak and solid brass and is designed to last generation to generation. There is no more perfect gift for the true sports fan. Call 1-800-372-3232. Don't miss this chance to capture the magic. 1-800-372-3232.
For 25 years, the Kings have been thrilling fans throughout the National Hockey League. The Kings are now more popular than ever, but today's stars are merely continuing the action and excitement that has been a part of the team since their first game a quarter of a century ago. Now, for the first time, you can relive all the great moments in Kings history with the 25th anniversary video yearbook. The miracle on Manchester, the playoffs against Boston, the Gretzky trade and its historic aftermath. They're all here, along with a complete history of the team, featuring interviews with more than 25 of the biggest stars from the Kings' past. The Kings' 25th anniversary home video. More than an hour of highlights and memories. Order yours now by calling 1-800-477-4949. Operators are standing by. $24.95 plus $4 shipping and handling. American Express, Visa, and MasterCard accepted. That's 1-800-477-4949.
The madness. It's called college basketball. Watch it all season long on Prime Ticket. Harold Viner leads the USC Trojans as they meet the Sun Devils of Arizona State in a Pac-10 conference matchup. Prime Ticket has all the action for you Thursday, live at 6:30, only on Prime Ticket. Watch it.
We are back. Rainbows leading 11-9, and mistakes by Irvine. Another point for the Rainbow men. 12-9, and the Rainbows closing in on the match now.
Sorry, Jim, but it's all starting here with Brad Stewart and his tough serve, stepping way back and just bombing away on the UC Irvine. They're not able to get a pass, and consequently the Bows are able to convert with points.
Chad Jones comes in for John Charles Liu. Quinn is in that front row now for Irvine. Hinchman will go to Amaya. Oh, excellent block. Amaya just pumped that ball into Vale and Gamares.
You can see
the Australian and the Brazilian.
Gets over, makes a great block.
And Stewart misfires on the serve. 13-9, Rainbow men. A player from each team will be honored at the end of today's match. GT Hawaiian Tel will go beyond the call and contribute to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Hawaii. Side out, Rainbow men.
Another great set by Hanneman here.
So Vail comes out and Mate goes in to replace him. So Robert Mate now will serve. 13 serving 9. Olive Gamaris and Scott now in the front row for the Rainbow Men. Inchman to Quinn. Mape is there. Hanneman is there. Scott.
Great play by the Bows to scramble off the court and come back with a kill. Look for Irvine to go to match point here. They're going to go their big guy Quinn. If they're Bows, you got to put 2 guys on him.
Aloha ball for the match. They go to Urich, and he is blocked by Olive. And Olive, even though he only played in game 3, he was a force. He played an almost perfect game, and the Rainbow Men defeat UCI in 3 straight games, 15-5, 15-9, 15-9. And we'll be back.
The madness. It's called college basketball. Watch it all season long on Prime Ticket. March Madness has arrived as Prime Ticket presents the semifinals of the Big 8 Conference Basketball Tournament. It's collegiate hoops at its best. Saturday, live at 10, only on Prime Ticket. Watch it.
Here's a knockout offer you don't want to miss. Ring Lords 1991 edition boxing cards. These great collectibles are now even greater. In selected sets, you can find a special signet card entitling you to one of a limited number of cards personally autographed by the fighter himself, including Evander the Real Deal Holyfield, a Ring Lords exclusive, an instant collector's item that could be worth its weight in gold. For your Ring Lords boxing cards, call now. 1-800-964-RING. Each factory sealed set is $19.95. Call now or stop in wherever trading cards are sold.
No other publication has it all. The Cal High Sports edition of Student Sports Magazine. Monthly coverage of California's youth, high school, JC, and college teams, players, and coaches, combined with the edge on how to improve athletically and academically. That's right, skill tips in all sports, plus concentration, self-discipline, and nutritional tips for peak performance. Call now, 800-888-TIPS, just $29. That's 800-888-TIPS.
The excitement of Los Angeles Lakers basketball. AC Green, Byron, and James. Watch it on Prime Ticket all season long as the Lakers defend their Western Conference title. Looking to capture their 2nd consecutive Pacific Division crown, the Portland Trail Blazers bring their act to the Great Western Forum for a match with the Lakers. Tune in Wednesday, live at 7:30 for all the excitement. Watch it.
Today's GTE Hawaiian Tel players of the match are Leland Quinn, the big Irishman from UC Irvine, and Brad Stewart from the University of Hawaii. GTE Hawaiian Tel is pleased to make a contribution to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Hawaii. GTE Hawaiian Tel, beyond the call. At this time, we'd like to say goodbye to our viewers on Prime Ticket. We wish you many alohas from Honolulu. And for those of you watching on KHNL, stay tuned. We'll be back with much more right after this break.
Why are Chevy full-size trucks the #1 seller?
We talked about that event briefly, but Daryl, you've been on the show a couple times. How did we get to Lake Mission Viejo? And give us an idea about the feeling of the event now.
Well, you know, it's just the event's gone so far. I mean, it started off as a small